Hello and happy HumanLight. Today is Friday, December 23rd, 2011. I am Benjamin Burchell, chaplain of Humanist Congregation of Greater Atlanta. Late December is a season of good cheer and time for gatherings of family and friends. For many, the season includes observance of holidays steeped in supernatural religious beliefs that people like us humanists simply can't accept. HumanLight represents an alternative reason to celebrate. HumanLight embodies the humanist vision of a good future. It is a future of a world that works for everyone, or as some would call it, the beloved community. Dr. Martin Luther King called it the solidarity of human family, vision of total interrelatedness. Dr. King described this future in these words: "We are tied together in the single garment of destiny, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. Recognition of one's indebtedness to past generations should inhibit the sense of self-sufficiency and promote awareness that personal growth cannot take place apart from meaningful relationships with other persons, that the I cannot attain fulfillment without the thou." The HumanLight website puts it this way: "It is a future in which all people can identify with one another, care for each other, behave with the highest moral standards, and work together toward a happy, just, and peaceful world." HumanLight falls on December 23rd, tonight. It was first conceived of in 1998 by Intelligent Design, you might say, during a meeting of the New Jersey Humanist Network. The name HumanLight was chosen for its emphasis on humanity and the light of reason. Thus, HumanLight connotes the proverbial candle in the dark, suggesting that the hope for our future rests on human achievement, guided by the use of reason. The first HumanLight celebration was then held 3 years later in Veronica, New Jersey, by nearly 100 members and friends of the New Jersey Humanist Network. Hearing how HumanLight was founded, you might ask, isn't HumanLight just a made-up holiday? And the emphatic answer is yes, of course. It holds that in common with all holidays, as all holidays are made up by people. The longer the holiday is observed through history, the less it is looked at as made up. Yet, all holidays are made up. As humanists, we do not believe in the beliefs behind Christmas, Ramadan, and other supernatural belief-based holidays. So why not have a holiday that actually represents what we do believe in? But why not just celebrate the winter solstice, you might ask? That's a perfectly reasonable question. Indeed, we can celebrate the solstice, and many humanists do. However, HumanLight was conceived to point to a positive vision of a peaceful, ethical, and rationally enlightened world that we human beings can bring about without reliance on concepts of supernatural entities, dogma, or authoritarianism. There isn't anything about the winter solstice that inherently carries that meaning. It's simply a natural event that can be observed without reference at all to humanism. In fact, as you may well know, the solstice is celebrated by many theists and supernaturalists. So humanists run the risk of having our solstice celebrations associated with things with which we disagree and have the humanist message drowned out at the same time. We can try to explain the distinctions if we're given the opportunity to do so, but with a holiday of our own, there is no need for such an effort. HumanLight is an opportunity to promote and enjoy humanists on its own merit and on our own terms. The date of HumanLight, December 23rd, was chosen so that it would not coincide with the winter solstice, Christmas, or any other major holiday. Therefore, you can celebrate HumanLight and other holidays if you so choose. In honor of HumanLight 2011 and the humanist high vision for the future, I would like to end with a reading of a statement adopted by the National Leaders Council of the American Ethical Union. It is a statement on where ethical culture stands at the beginning of the 21st century. Ethical culture is synonymous with the humanism of Humanist Congregation of Greater Atlanta. It reads as so. Dedicated to cultivating moral development in personal life and moral reform in society, ethical culture seeks to nurture relationships in which we act so as to elicit the best in others and thereby in ourselves, to provide inspiration and guidance for moral living, and to transform the way humanity views the meaning of life. Our faith is inspired and animated by the deliberate and reasoned choice of attributing worth and dignity to all. Imbued with a profound sense of interrelatedness, we recognize that we are both dependent and independent, each a unique end unto ourselves. We understand that if any one of us were different, life itself would be different. It is through this sense of ourselves as members of an organic whole that we reinforce the attribution of moral worth to every individual. Ethical culture is a religion of ethical relationships, a humanist movement in which ethics is central. We organize congregationally in order to live out our values in community with others, inspired by the ideal of perfected living that always lies beyond our reach. Together we direct our efforts toward assuring a just and abundant life for all. We are committed to lifelong learning and endeavor to keep our beliefs consistent with our advancing knowledge of ourselves and of the rest of nature. We love life, embrace it in all its particularity and diversity, and accept it and the natural world in which it occurs as all and enough. We are dedicated to the principle that relationships of respect, compassion, and integrity are the building blocks of personal and global harmony. We hold that democracy is not just a political system, but also a personal commitment, a continual exercise in freedom of conscience, thought, and moral responsibility expressed through humane deeds. We seek to promote personal moral development and social responsibility through direct assistance, social action, and public advocacy. Ethics begins with judgment and choice, and we know that how we choose to treat others is what is most important, as the kind of world in which we live radiates from personal decisions and interactions. The values and principles that guide our choices rest on a natural interpretation of experience and are derived from the emotional capacities and intellectual abilities of human beings and the culture they create. Ethical humanism connects personal living with moral responsibility to and for community. Our relationships bind us together in universal citizenship. This sense of mutuality leads us to a shared responsibility for the kind of world in which we live. Examining life through the prism of human experience, we see that we are capable of wonderful and inspiring things. We find that there is meaning in the potential for personal growth and cultural transformation. I invite you to join me in 2012 in helping to make the world a better place. As humanists, it's simply not enough to just have the right beliefs and reject the wrong ones. It is always deed before creed. So we must get off our do-nothing and in some way be the hands that save the world. What will your part in manifesting the beloved community be? If you live in Metro Atlanta, come visit Humanist Congregation. Better yet, become a member and take part in our programs to serve the humanist community and the greater community of Metro Atlanta. To learn more about us, find us at humanistcongregation.org. If you are a humanist looking for community or are looking for spirituality without supernaturalism, I'd love to hear from you. I am Benjamin Burchell, chaplain of Humanist Congregation of Greater Atlanta. Happy Human Light.